Pyle with Cinderella's Mice. I haven't been on in a couple days because I've been taking a break. I've been waiting for some more materials to come in. I'm waiting for some wallpaper to come in, two different kinds, to bring the mitten boxes further along. I'm really excited because a friend today said that they wanted one. So that made me feel really good. Um, with that being said, okay, so I'm doing, from previous videos, you guys would know that I'm doing the teddy bears and the hat boxes, the round base with the lifted lid. And one of these is going to go in each of those hat boxes, along with a stiletto perfume, or the lipstick perfume. So there's about 4 items that goes into this. There's the body wash, there's the body lotion, there's the bath bombs, then there's a complimentary bath bomb, and then there's a rose. And these are stuffed. And then at the top I have a body sponge. So hi Norma Boone, how are you, sweetheart? How are you this Saturday evening? So, with that being said, I ran out of some stuff. I ran out of some lotion, and so Dollar Tree just had free shipping. It was Ghost Ship and the promotion code, and you plug that in and you get free shipping. When I order from Dollar Tree, I order cases at a time because this is darn good stuff. It smells good, it looks good, it's very inexpensive. So I order cases at a time, and when it comes in a case, it can come anywhere from 12 to 24 to 36. And you have to order that amount. You can't just pick and choose, 2 here, 3 there. It does not work that way. Being a basketer, it's like perfect. You are at work, 4 a.m. Aw. Yeah, what time is it here? Oh, I'm making cream of chicken and biscuits. I just got them in the oven. I've got a lot going on tonight. We here. Well, hello, LBS, Go ML. How are you tonight? I'm making cream of chicken with biscuits. I'm really working hard to get the biscuit recipe down. Sounds good. You're sweet. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Once I find a recipe, I want it to be a 20-year recipe, 50-year recipe, something that I can take the book and hand it down. I'll be right back. I apologize. The alarm just went off. I'll be right back. Do 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 do. Okay, I've got our butterfly. We use this one to mix. Okay, it's 1:16 a.m. here in Arizona time. Oh, wow, does that look good? Woo! Ooh, woohoo. My Lord. All right, I need to let this bake uncovered. I'm going to go for another 30 minutes. So cook time, 30 minutes. And start. Whoop, darn it. 35, so start. Okay. All right. I got a lot going on right now. So, okay. Delicious, you guys. So, I gotta clear up some girls. Some girls. I gotta look at some people. Clear out some people. Okay, so when I have a recipe book, I have a binder. And when I find a recipe, I want to keep it for 20 years. If I'm looking for a recipe, I want to keep it for 20 plus years. I want to be able to take that binder and pass it down because nothing is more helpful than good cooking and having a good cookbook with good recipes. In my journey, I have gone through 6 cookbooks about that. And when I find time, I go ahead and I jot things down and I uh, perfect them a little bit more. Um, so when I'm writing things down and stuff, I'll do quick shorthand and then I'll come back to it and then I'll rewrite it in its full. Um, so just because there's a cookbook, not all recipes in the cookbook taste good. I feel like the most famous cookbook out there is the Betty Crocker cookbook. And it wasn't until about 5 years ago that they came out with Pioneer Women, um, these other cookbooks, Paula Deen's cookbook. But even then, you have, when you get 6, 7, 8, 10 big binders, it starts to take up a lot of space, and I don't even use all those recipes in those cookbooks. So what I do is I tab them off and handwrite them down, and then I put them in a sheet protector and then put them in a binder. The sheet protector helps a lot because I am not perfect by any means. I spill, I dribble and all that kind of stuff, and that can get on your recipe easily. And I want them to make sense. We can make notes, but my notes might not make sense to another person. So I want those to be able to make sense. Um, so that's my journey on that. And tonight I'm doing cream of chicken with biscuits. I've had a really hard time getting a biscuits recipe down. I love the fluffy, big, full, gorgeous biscuits. A lot of the recipes I have want your oven at 450 to 500 degrees. And I don't care what kind of an oven you have. You put it in there for a matter of just 2 minutes and they will burn. Um, so I don't understand that. I thought all ovens were the same. Maybe not. It's one of those maybe miles may vary thing. They say the same thing about cookies too. Cookies are 450, 500 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes, and they come out burned and hard as a rock every single time. And it's not just that, but they, I mean, so they burn in the oven and then it smokes up the whole house. Um, and so I don't know where they were going at with that, but I, along the way, came up with some wonderful stuff, and I want to be able to pass that down. So that's what I'm doing tonight. Tonight I've been on about a 20-year biscuit run. I'll tell you what, Bisquick does some really good biscuits. Um, so I was looking through some research and stuff, and a lot call for baking powder, some call for baking soda. And I'm like, what the heck? And it's just, I don't know. But I'm trying something new tonight, and I hope it works out. Because, I spooned the biscuit mixture over the cream of chicken. Some things, I don't know. We just got to try. And um, the best recipes that I have, stamped, signed, sealed, and have in the binder, are my permanent recipes. They are my go-to recipes. Nothing is better than them. I put a lot of time and research into this kind of stuff because I just want to pull the book, pull the recipe out, and just go. I don't want to have to go through 8 different big binders just to find one recipe that is very time consuming. And to me, it's just frustrating and why when I don't have to. I believe in that a stitch in time saves 9. And this has been wonderful. I just pull out my binder, go to page, and you know, we're done. We're there. So, okay, so I was telling you guys about how um one of these spa treat boxes is going to who all is in here? I'm trying to look at the chat. Okay. A spa treat box is going into the hat boxes with the teddy bears. They're all getting one. So as I was putting these together, I ran out of stuff. I ran out of what did I run out of? A body lotion. And I was explaining about the Dollar Tree and how I implement that. So I got a case of those. Those come in a case of 12, and I got a case of body mist. Usually when this promotion comes out, the body mists go very fast. And I have never seen a body mist on this store shelf in my stores. I've seen everything else, but not the body mist. So I got a case of those too. I was saying in another video when I was at Dollar Tree how I left a whole case of body wash, and that's because I already have 4 cases of it. So that part, when you do it that way, is very inexpensive. That cost for 24 items is $30. That's not bad. And also, it was $1.25 each. It was still $1.25 each. So that was, that's within my budget to be working. Okay, so I got these treat boxes, and I was telling you guys I had to come to a standstill point because I ran out of body cream. I did get them ordered, and they're supposed to be here tomorrow, so I can move it forward with a lot of this stuff. Yeah, okay. I also got some red washi tape. I am very disappointed in it. I got it from Amazon, and basically it's decorative tape. It looked a lot bigger on Amazon, and so anyways, before I talk about this, I'll go ahead and show you guys. So I did this with it, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, Dollar Tree has these really good foam stickers, so I'm going to take one of the foam heart stickers and put it right there. This is for a girl. It has the facial headband. That bow comes out, and it's an eye cloth. So you can remove makeup and all that kind of stuff. I want people to know that because I don't think many people know that. It's got, let's see, what does it have? So it's got cherry blossom body wash. We have the facial headband. And then we have the wildflower bath bomb. And then a rose, of course. And then over in here, tucked over in there is a round bath bomb. So this is going to be for a friend, or it's going to be for a daughter. I don't feel like the Just For You ribbon is appropriate for it. It just doesn't fit. So I took some washi tape, striped it, and I'm just going to put a couple foam hearts over here, glitter foam hearts over here, and call it good. Because there's a lot of weight in these boxes, these body washes get heavy. It can take a pounding on them. So the back just got a little bit gunky from tape removal and stuff like that. What I'm going to do when I get that wallpaper, that contact paper in, I got some gold embossed. I'm going to go ahead and cover the whole back with that. And then we're going to have the double foam glittered hearts, and then that's going to be it. Make up a couple of these. I'm not going to make a ton. Last year, I moved a couple of them, and it was for a mother, and it was for a daughter. It was the husband buying. So he wanted to buy one for his mother and he wanted to buy one for his daughter. Um, so I had maybe 2 to 3 people that was the situation. So, it's also nice to have this stuff on hand. I have not ran into this yet. Um, so it's nice to have them on hand for that reason. Or say someone's just, they're barely starting dating. They want to get them something, but this isn't, a committed relationship. This isn't a love struck, bath set. This is an eternal love bath set. This is a situation where we would use vanilla or we would use the cherry blossom. And it's just a simple Valentine's gesture, not too fast. They're not moving right on in with each other and that kind of a thing. But it's like one of those things that, hey, I want to get you something, but I don't feel like I, want to, what do you want to call, what do you call those people, like stalkers or psychopaths, want to get married immediately. But this is one of those situations where, they're dating and it's Valentine's Day. And what do you do? What do you get that person? Well, you get them one of these. This is for the daughter. So I'm going to try and find, here we go. This one. This one will go good with that. It's the hibiscus. So it's the body scrub, body lotion, body cream, vanilla bath bombs, and let's see here. And it's a 3-in-1. It's one of those where you could do a body wash, a shampoo, bubble bath right here. And that's a real simple, it's a real simple friendship, but we're dating phase. This is another option for that. It's also an option for a mother or a daughter. So I have a couple of these that I keep for that reason. So these are great ideas. Thank you so much, Norma. I really appreciate it. My voice is getting squeaky. You guys, I was really yelling earlier at the top of my lungs. I was so mad. Walmart screwed up an order. The shipping is all messed up. It's something that I've been waiting a while for, so that I could finish the mitten boxes. And what happened was, so it said it was delivered. I go out and look for it. I don't find anything. I go back in, and then the message says that it was delivered October 7th. It's like, well, that was a week ago. The text message says today's date. The email says today's date. They want me to wait 2 days before we file a return, a refund. The driver did not take a picture. I can't, So anyways, it was one of those situations. So back to this. And back to my phone situation. So I was having big time problems with my phone, and I was having problems with picture quality buffering and being really pixelated. I went through 2 phone chargers like that. So I was able to get a good phone charger. Everything's working great. I'm wondering if that was the problem with why my lives have been so blurry and pixelated and buffering and that kind of a thing. How do you guys see the picture quality so far? And then I'll show this right here too, just a bit more. And I'm going to be doing something different with this as well. I'm going to use some washi tape, just a different kind, and I'm not quite sure what kind yet. So, okay. I just wanted to talk about these 2 little situations. Don't go off a cliff and make a bunch, because my experience is that it was like a 3 people. 3 different people that was a situation for, where they bought for daughters, the wives, and the mothers. Okay. So, gosh, I really love these when these body scrubs and body butters. This is a, oh, goodness sakes, what are you? Okay, it's a body scrub. It's a facial headband. There is a bath bomb and a body wash. So I put both a body wash and a body scrub in here. 1 bath bomb, headband, facial band, and then a loofah on top. And this could be another situation that's like that, where, again, it could be for a friend, it could be for a mother, a daughter, someone that's newly dating. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So that had to have been the problem, was the charger. The phone didn't have enough juice to operate the whole thing, you know. I just bought a really good tape deck for my packing tape. My Lord, here's the I about freaking, you know, I pulled the phone and the phone gently went over the teeth of the tape. And I'm like, dear God, I hope I did not fray that or cut the wires or anything in it. I've been having one of those times, you know. All right, so I wanted to also see how the washi tape would look for the loved ones, for the romance ones, and nothing is better than this Just For You ribbon. So I will be proceeding to use the Just For You ribbon for all that stuff in those baskets. I'm going to set this aside. All right. This is a good little set here. Okay, it's a 2-in-1 bath wash or bubble bath, body scrub, and then we've got whatchamacallit, either a lotion or something else along those lines of that nature. So I've just been going through on this stuff and, you know, going through and making sure that we have the items in it that need to be in it. So I've got the Love Struck body wash, body lotion, Love Struck bath bombs, a complimentary extra Love Struck bath bomb, a pink rose, and then the body sponge up on top. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the Just For You ribbon on it. I was going to say that, so these are actually treat boxes. They're actually bakery boxes for cookies. It's a good thing because it's food grade quality, but they're not meant for the big heavy stuff. So if you do end up doing these kinds of boxes, I recommend putting them in a big box and moving things around within that big box. You don't want to move these around too much. They start to dent and bend and that kind of a thing because they're really not meant to hold this much weight. Well, hello, Pink Boutique. How are you tonight, sweetheart? Is anybody working on anything particular? You know, I'm doing a little bit of Christmas, Valentine's. I got to a point to where I'm waiting for materials. So it's like, okay, let's get started on this over here. Got that to where it needed to be. Now we can come back over here and start working on this. But I just love this. This is just a really neat little treat pack for a spa. The other thing I wanted to mention is if you wanted to do a couple of these as standalones, instead of doing a complete like moving it a la carte, you could do a couple of those as well. You know, the idea is to keep it fun and inexpensive, right? So I'm just kind of taking a little bit of a break right now. I just did this one right here, and I was like, I swear I was like drawing a blank. I'm like, I know I've done this several times, you know, doing the continuous ribbon, but this is how this looks when finished. And it's just got a really neat, you know, just for you type of a thing on here. So yeah, so one of these packs is going to be going in the bear's lap. The ones that I have that are in process with the round base and then the raised lead and the bears inside. One of these is going to go with those, with each and every one of those. All right, so I'm going to put some of this stuff aside and yeah, I mean, I could do different washi tape with it. There's all kinds of fun things we can do. Okay. How's your night shift going for you, Norma? I hope it's treating you well. It's good my client is asleep. Okay, very good. It's nice when they're content and resting. I'm like on the night, like I'm up at nights just because the daytime is just so loud and noisy. It's harder to get things done for me in the daytime. The nighttime it's just so much more quieter. There's less traffic on the road. That type of a thing. Do you do events, Norma? Are you gonna do events? Pink Boutique, how are you again, sweetie? Are you working on anything? Do you do events? I don't do events. I'm just gonna wrap this up right here. So this is also going to be a replay. I want to put this just aside for a few because it's been daunting and I need a break from that. I was going to show my ribbon haul off. All right. So when I get over to the mouse house where the big baskets are, what I'm going to do, because I'm going to have, you know, these, you know, a bunch of these done, about 20 of them, is just take them out of the box and then just set them right in their laps. Right? You know, and that's it. And then those are done, aside from shrink wrapping and bowing. Do you really? How does that go for you? I mean, obviously it's got to go well if you're doing it. There's quite a few people that do that. They got the right traffic and the right area, you know, to move along that way with it. I think it's great. Okay, put this down in here. This I need to repack. Okay, so this here, I'll show you guys. So these are Amazon pop-up boxes. Love these. So they come like this. I bought a 30 pack of them. And we're just going to open them up this way. And they pop up and pop open for you. And then that's it. done and done, huh? All right. This was a treat box that I did before. This is an all like a red and white vanilla one for the same situation, you know, a friend, a daughter, or a mother. And, you know, I don't know. I just goofed everything. So I set it aside so that it'll remind me that, you know, I just needed to put it in a new box. So I can do that. Very well. Very good, sweeties. Well, hello. All right. Is anybody ready for personal for Christmas? Oh, it's hard to believe that it's going to be in 2 months. You know, I'm doing those mittens. I love those mittens. They're a lot of fun to do. But so basically, for my close friends and family, I'm taking their gifts and putting them in a mitten box instead of wrapping each and every one of them, you know. No, you're not ready. Aw. You'll be ready. I know you will. Basketers always have a way of just pulling things through, you know. Oh, I got some new like coconut oil for my hair, and I like it a lot better. I took the flat iron to it. My hair is always just so frizzy, and it just breaks so easily. Um, you know, and I have to trim it often. I'm really liking that. It's a coconut oil that I got at Dollar Tree, and I'm liking it a lot. Yes, very cool. All right. So, all right. So I'm getting ready to put this into a different box. The only thing you want to do on this that you want to make sure of is there's a crease in the back on the fold. You just want to make sure that that gets a little bit more defined. Otherwise, there's bulging that goes on with it. See how that's like wanting to cause a dent. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring it back. Bringing it back. Okay. So I'm just creasing the lid better so that when I go to stuff it, it holds the shape. I just love these boxes. They're very user friendly. And like I said, they're food grade quality. So, you know, that's good for our items. All right. Okie dokie. All right. These are really coming along. I can't wait to taste these biscuits. Oh my gosh, I hope this is the magic recipe for it. I've been doing Bisquick lately. Oh my god, good biscuits. Cover them and then pull the cover off halfway through. And I just, you know, make up a batch and then spoon it into a square dish. Really good biscuits. Mm. Oh, goodness sakes. That's crazy. We've already been live for 35 minutes. Oh. Alright. Wow. This is a mess. Alright. So I'm just taking this stuff out. I'll raise it up a bit so you guys can see the contents. So this is a white vanilla concept. You have the body wash, the body cream, the bath bombs, and a complimentary bath bomb. And then in here, it's, you know, it's hard to see, but it's a red rose. So this is very eloquent. All right. One thing that this is excellent for is covering prices up, because scribbling just, you know, is tacky. So this washi tape is great for doing that. So I'm just going to cover that part up. And there it is right there. This particular washi tape is it's a really pretty foil metallic. You can get all kinds of prints, all kinds of designs, all kinds of colors. They're a great alternative to ribbon. They're, depending on what kind you get, they can be inexpensive. So we've got 13 people in the room. Someone say hello. Besides Norma and me. So I'm just gonna take the stuff that was in here. I'm gonna put it in a new box, and we're gonna call it good. All right. I think I toss that. Now I can build this box. All right. I'm gonna have to put some tape. Wow, this stuff smells so good. Every single one of the Spa Luxury products to me smells so delicious. All of them smell really good. Okay, I gotta tape this down so I don't accidentally it doesn't accidentally open up. All right. Okay, that is the buzzard. The biscuits are and the chicken are done. I just love home cooking. When you have like the best recipes out there, you don't want to go out and eat. I mean, that's just how it is for me. All right. Well, geez Louise. The stick. I'm having a time getting this right. Okay. Comfort food. Absolutely. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Um, what helped is having this, and I smooth it down and it gets all those bubbles and those wrinkles out, because foil tape is like hard to work with because of that reason. Thank you. I really appreciate it. But I would tape a little and then smooth it out, a little bit more and smooth it out. uh, all right. I'm going to go pull dinner out real quick. I recently also made fried chicken. Oh my lord, I love fried chicken. Um, Usually when I make a bunch of it, because you can freeze it, and I eat it cold as a snack sometimes too. But I really love fried chicken. Okay, put that right there. This here. Go check on some stuff. I love these Teflon scissors. These are excellent. Hope over at JCD Creations suggested these on her channel. I got myself some, and these are the best. I was having problems with like tape gunking up on my scissors and everything else. These are purposely specific for non-stick blades for that reason. So I'll be right back. All right, let's hope they turned out good. Oh Lord. Whew. And off. Oh wow. All right, it looks good. I'm gonna bring the phone over just to show you guys how it came out. Looks really good so far. Okay, I'm gonna flip the screen. There it is. So this is cream of chicken with biscuits. And my gosh, I can't wait for a bite. I, did a little something with this recipe. I hope this is it, because I want to put it in the permanent book and, call it good, and not have to worry about anything about it. But this is excellent. I've had these cast iron skillets for 20 years. They are very well seasoned. They're to the point to where they're actually nonstick. So, it means that they're just seasoned really well. When you do that with cast iron, it does that. When you use them enough and they're seasoned, that's the word. When they're seasoned to a certain point to where they become nonstick. And that's what these are. So they're not, difficult to clean out or anything like that. All right. I am exhausted. I like the looks of the Bisquick ones better. Um, you know, so we'll see. If you look at Glabber Girl baking powder, there is a biscuit recipes on there, but it wants you to heat your oven to 450, and that's when, no matter what, it burns things, and every recipe I ever came across, it was cookies 450, bread 450, biscuits 450, and it's just, I found some different stuff and I can get things done at a cooler temperature, and not have things burnt on the outside and raw on the inside, kind of a thing. I'm still looking at it. Delicious. It looks so good. Um, I'm also a pit master. I do barbecue. I love barbecue. Believe this. I went through the gamut of stuff to make sure I have the right barbecue sauce. I have one. I have my own. I love it. you know, um, I've done brisket. I've done prime rib. I've done pork tenderloin, bacon wrapped pork tenderloin. You name it, I've done it, and I love barbecue. The secret with it is in the chips. It's in the wood. That's what the smoked meat is. So, to go a little bit further, and I actually smoke meat on a cast iron barbecue, if that makes sense. It looks like a green egg, but it's cast iron. That too is very well seasoned. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I hope it, tastes just as good as it looks. I'm making you hungry. I'm glad. I hope it tastes as good as it looks. I'm just working on this biscuit situation, and understanding baking soda versus baking powder. It's like most cake mixes will call for baking powder, baking soda, and salt. I call it the triple threes. And so it seems to work well with the cakes. They rise. But why doesn't anything else? Um, so we'll see. And I get that. I guess humidity has a play in it and all that kind of stuff. Um, so from what I could tell, they did okay. But I like Bisquick better right now. And if you look in the ingredients on Bisquick, it says soda. Leavening is soda, baking soda. Most recipes call for baking powder. I'm just, I get to a point where it makes me crazy and I let go, and go on to something else. And then I'll come back to it every once in a while. And this is one of those situations. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and continue with this. Has it snowed yet wherever you guys are? Has anyone in here gotten any snow yet? We just had some very, very bad thunderstorms. And I mean, I was getting a severe life-threatening weather alert every hour. Usually we don't get those kinds of storms until, in the summertime. End of July was the earliest. August, and we've been getting late storms here, and they have been bad. So lots of flooding, all that stuff. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this in here, get that up there, and put that right there. I'm gonna fold this down just a little bit. Okay. All right. Well, let's see how this looks now. So I went ahead and revamped this box. I gave it a new box, tucking everything in, and this is going to be ready to be ribboned with a Just For You ribbon, and then go into the big hot boxes. staying organized in this, I found, is key. And there we have it. So we have the body wash, body lotion, a vanilla glittered bath bomb, and then 2 vanilla glittered bath bombs over here, and a beautiful rose. And then this is going to sit on top, and I tape them. I tape them on the back around. So it goes up and around, but more on the back side of it. And then it's going to get the Just For You ribbon, and it's going to be the simple white vanilla. So I'm happy with how it's turning out. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm also going to secure it better and get the tape out. And just go ahead and where that sticks in there, just go ahead and tape that part down. And then I'm going to see what I'm going to have to, that's, yeah. All right. And then this over here. All right. So I just went ahead and taped down the sides. I taped down the little, thing in the front where it folds in to close the box. And that is going to be it for now for this one. I'm going to put the white beautiful loofah that came with it up on top. And I'm just going to spreading these out just a bit because they're, I want a tight fit, but I don't want too tight of a fit because they're soft boxes, and I really don't want them pushing in on each other. Okay, so, all right, I'm going to go grab a little bit of bite. I'll be right back and we'll see. I'll take my first bite on live. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Okay. Okay, I'm right here. I'm just at the kitchen counter getting ready to grab a plate. Got my fork. This stuff. Yes, that is something I always wanted, was to take care of a cast iron skillet enough to where it takes care of itself. And they're seasoned well and all that. I'm so happy that I get to do that today. So I only have 2 of these because I, can't take on any more than 2. These 2 do enough. They do more than a lot. So. Oh my Lord. Holy moly. I haven't had this in a while, and this is absolutely delicious. So because it's so hot here in the desert, I don't get to do a lot of this kind of cooking in the summertime because of the heat. The oven heats up the house, and it's a heavier meal. But you can see I got myself a good helping. And this is better than Cracker Barrel's chicken and rice. So here we go. I'm getting ready to take a first bite of the biscuits. They're not bad. Wow, these are actually good. So I'm going to bring you guys down here See how that's fluffy? It's like the consistency and texture of like Kentucky Fried Chicken's biscuits. Mm. Mm. Wow. These are excellent. Okay, I think this is ready for archiving. Um, I'm going to write down and make a permanent recipe of this and put it in the family heirloom cookbook that I'll be passing down to the next generation. Eating good is everything. It helps a lot. But like I said, it's a real pain in the ass when you find a recipe in your cookbook and you go to cook it and it tastes like shit. You know what I mean? Um, so this why I have everything rounded up and it's all good, right? mm. Mm. Wow, that is really good. Yeah, it has to be. I mean, it's been an hour. Oh man, I do right over. Oh my God, bless you. Soul food. It's excellent. Um, so I don't have a Dutch oven. I don't have a cast iron Dutch oven. The two big skillets that I have work well for everything and anything. And most of the time I use the second one as a lid. Um, oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Norma, yeah, the rose does make it pop. That's what I was trying to do. And the single bath bomb, the extra single bath bomb, I put in there to add more symmetry to the gift. I'll be right over. Thank you. I appreciate it. So I don't have a cast iron Dutch oven because these things get hot, and I mean hot, and they hold heat really well, and I end up burning everything in those. Um, so I have my cast irons, and I love them, and they're more universal. It's like if I use one to cook in, and the other one is a cover on top. My gosh, it is huge. It makes a massive amount of food, anyways. But it's easier to use these independently than to put, a whole big cast iron deep dish um, Dutch oven. Uh, these are just more universal, easier to keep. You have a great evening, Norma. It was so great to have you. Thank you for coming in. Everyone, I'm going to go ahead and sign off for a bit. Basically, I just wanted to do a quick check-in and I wanted to check the quality of the video, being that I just got a new charger cord. So I will see you guys later. I'm going to continue eating the rest of my dinner. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great night. Mm.